Hey, how's it going? It's Jeff from jeffrey-thomas.com on the bass today, and we are going to be going over the pentatonic patterns for G major, E minor, and E blues. So, scale shape, chord highlighted. Underneath here, the actual fingerings for the chord. Da da, da da. Okay, and then moving from this part of the page over this way as we follow through. Make sure you're printing this out off the website so we can follow along together, alright? And then a handful of licks here at the end, so let's get down to business. First pattern, starting with the 4-string open. Easy enough. Third finger, 3rd fret, open on the 3rd string to the 2nd fret. Moving to the 2nd string open, 2nd fret, 2nd finger on that string, 1st string open, 2nd finger, 2nd fret. Now when you get to the highest note on all these patterns, I'm going to have you turn around and walk right back down. So, okay, chord. That's spelling them out one at a time. P-I-M-A, as an arpeggio. Thumb is P, 1st finger is I, middle finger is M, ring finger is A. P-I-M-A, or as a block chord, all together, right? Okay, moving into the next pattern, starting at the 3rd fret with our 2nd finger. 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. These are finger numbers I'm calling out. 1, 3. Okay. Now, back down. Okay. To the chord. Ta-da. Okay. G chord. G major. Arpeggio or block. And then when I'm doing the block chord, I'm just sort of pulling up and out from the bass here in the right hand. Okay, 3rd pattern in, starting at the 5th fret with our 1st finger. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4. Okay, when we get to the highest note, come back down exactly the way that you went up. Easy enough, huh? And then the chord is going to be maybe a little bit more effort because you have to bar that 1st finger. And then your 3rd and your pinky have to go down at the 7th fret. G over B. So whenever you see a letter name and a slash, say the slash is over. So G over B is the name of that chord. Now we're going to move into the 7th fret with the 1st finger. And 1, 4. Fret 7 and 10. Same thing on the next string. 2nd string is going to be fret 7 and then 9, fingers 1 and 3. 1st string, same thing, fret 7 and 9, fingers 1 and 3. I'm going to come back down on this with you. Let's see, 72. Starting from the high note, coming back down in 8th notes. I'm going to play the same note twice too, okay? So watch this right hand. Ready, go. These are 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay. So, metronome, make friends with it. It's going to be important for you. The chord that goes there on this pattern is a bar over 2 notes with the 1st finger, and then the 3rd and the 4th finger down. Okay. At the 7th fret. Alright. Now I'm going to move up for the last pattern at the 10th fret. And we're going to start with finger 2. Pinky is going to go to 12. 2 on 10. Pinky to 12. 1st finger at 9. Pinky to 12. 1st finger at 9. Pinky to 12. Okay, chord. Same chord as we used just a minute ago. God, this bass neck is just hurting. sorry, 10th fret. Bar with your first finger, third finger down, pinky down. And then all the techniques here for the right hand. Okay, lessons coming up on the website. Scale practice routine for bass. Very important. It's going to be talking about technique, quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. It's super important, so look for that. And then also remember that I'm teaching on Skype, Uvu, Yahoo Messenger, Windows Live with webcams, and we can go into even further detail. So don't feel you're stuck with this goofy video here. Okay, moving into the licks. First lick, lick number 1, is in 7/4. You might recognize it. Okay, so basically Money by Pink Floyd in the key of E minor. Originally, back here a B, right? But since we're in E minor, I wrote it there for you. Let me explain the counting here for you at 72. Ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 6, 7, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 beats per measure. That's interesting about the tune. And then moving on to number 2, we have a E minor 7 chord that I wanted to point out. So I've got third, first, and then my pinky down here, and then I'm spelling everything out P-I-M-A. Okay, and then let me run that for you in time. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So just a little voicing there for E minor 7, which works really well on the bass. Okay, number 3 is continuing with that same chord but mixing it up a little bit. Okay, time 72. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so recognize that this whole area that I'm working out of is just like the pentatonic here, starting at the 5th fret, right? So nice to see how things sort of come out of these pentatonic patterns. All right, number 4, moving up to the 10th fret. I'll run the lick for you. I have a pickup on 4 and. 1, 2, 3. 4 and, okay. That is a grace note slide, my friends. So grace note is that little teeny note that's detached from the other guys, and it is going to cover slides, bends, hammer-ons, pull-offs, tapping. Whatever may happen that is instant without time. So let me demo that with time there. Just that slide. It's on the and of 4. 4 and 4 and. So it's boom, right on the beat. You do not count time on a grace note. Okay, number 5 is kind of like a Purple Haze groove, right? Okay, what's going on is you have octaves, basically, and I'm bass note on thumb on the low note, P on the bass note, and then alternating. So P I P M P I P M. Very important for octaves here in the right hand. And then as far as left hand fingerings, when I get here, I'm choosing to use 1 and 4, but you could use 1 and 3. And then I wrote hammer-ons are optional. So let me run that last beat for you. That's it with hammer-ons, and then without hammer-ons. So more articulate, right? More defined when you play it without the hammer-ons, but either one is cool. Moving to number 6, we have a blues lick in 6/4. And so I wrote E7 above that for your harmony marker. Kind of without going into too much detail, if you're in E blues, you're going to use the E minor pentatonics. They go together. So A blues, A minor pentatonics. Blues in the key of B, B minor pentatonics. There's definitely some heavier reasons for why that works, but for now, we'll just keep it at E minor pentatonics for E blues. Let me run the lick for you. Coming in on 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your pickup is on a triplet there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triplet. Aight. Okay. And then also details here. Bass note with the thumb, P, and then I and A down here for those two notes. Really important for the right hand technique. Also a number 1 reason why finger style is very cool on the bass, because that would be kind of rough to get on a pick. Okay, number 7 is answering the common question, can you mix pentatonic patterns up? Absolutely. You can go in and out of any pentatonic pattern, direction going up, direction going down. And so feel free to shift in and out of these patterns. Number 7 is a good example of that, okay? So here we go slow. Right, I play it open, then I'm already into the next pattern above it. Then I slide up again to 7. Then I slide into the next pattern there, and then up into the highest pattern, and then a pull off, and then the next measure is so that lick is kind of cool. Start with M, then I, pull off, drag I over to the second string and do another pull off. And then I end with the second finger, or you could end with your first finger on that last note. Let me run that for you in time. I'm going to take it slow, let's say 58. Ready, go. Okay, you could also play that in eighth notes. Let me break it down. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. That should keep you out of trouble or in trouble, either way. And I hope that was a good handful of stuff to go through. If you look at the end of the lessons, I'm also putting related lessons. So for this one I would say triplets and tuplets and 16th note divisions for the bass for sure are going to be good ones for you to look at also. So until next time, I will catch you later.